welcome Linda Mendez, a new friend of mine. So Linda, share, how do you remember that we first met?
So we met at Camp Gladiator, and I remember after working out, you asked what I do, and you shared with me what you do, and kind of sharing that I just moved to the area and that I was looking for a home church. And you invited me to your church, so I was like, okay, let me go ahead and try St. Anne's, and that's how we started talking about church and faith.
Awesome. Yeah, and just a quick shout out to Camp Gladiator. We've got such a great group of friends that we've met there at 5:30 Hobby Lobby. Shout out to EJ and also Vista Ridge Mall. Oh no, Music City Mall with Queen Bee, Beatrice, at 4:50 in the morning. So you've come on and become quite a warrior with Camp Gladiator. So that's been a lot of fun. But so yeah, at some point after inviting you to church, and you came a few times and kind of liked the vibe of things, I invited you to Alpha. So tell me, where were you like spiritually at that time as you were kind of engaging with St. Anne and moving to this area before your experience of Alpha?
So where I was spiritually, I was trying to find my purpose with my faith. I was going to church, but not going regularly. I'd never heard of Alpha before, so when you mentioned it, I'm like, what is Alpha? What is that about? And so I was interested in finding out what it was. My original home church, where I was from, didn't have it. So I was really interested in finding out what that was about. But again, I wanted to know what my purpose was and to reestablish my faith. And I was going to church, but not every Sunday. So that's where I was prior to St. Anne's and prior to Alpha.
Awesome. So you're kind of a cradle Catholic, been Catholic your whole life, but struggling to feel really connected to a faith community and to the Lord in a personal way, would you say?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, okay. So you came to Alpha, you finally, I think, I met you in the fall, and when we began in January of this year, 2020, you came, and It was so fun hearing you respond or hearing your reaction the next morning. So yeah, tell us, like, what was that experience as you went into this room and had this experience of Alpha? What was that like for you?
Very, so I didn't know what to expect, again, because I'd never heard of Alpha before. And the very first session, it was very emotional for me, just because I was going through some personal things with my family. But Brad was my group leader, and he's amazing. But the whole dynamic of the group was just amazing. I felt welcome with the whole experience, from the greeters at the door to the team leaders that were there, Nancy, Nora, Tom, everybody just made me feel welcome and made me want to come back and find out, okay, well, what else is there to the whole Alpha? So yes.
Of course, there's the weekend away. Share with me, I guess, whether it's about that or just your experience. Like, how did you experience the Lord? Like, how did you experience God in
So I think what changed it for me, the couple of weeks prior to the retreat or the weekend away, it felt different. Like, my group is amazing. We've cried together, we've laughed together, praying together. I've been so blessed that our group is like really amazing. We're family. We've formed this great bond, but the retreat, the weekend away, was just, I felt so connected with the Holy Spirit. I felt the Holy Spirit. It's nothing like I've ever experienced before. And it's a lot of, again, bonding, praying, really taking a deep dive into, again, what our purpose or what my purpose was there. And I've never cried so much, but it was like a good cry, just because I felt like, again, he knew who I was, me personally. And I've never felt that ever. Growing up Catholic, I've never felt that before, but it was just an amazing experience. And again, the bond that my group has. and the way that the community all came together was just amazing. So it was a great experience.
So cool. Yeah, I wasn't on that weekend away, but I remember coming to Camp Gladiator on Monday morning and being like, so how was it? I think we were on a jog and you were just saying, I've known there's a God, and I believe in God, and I've had a sense of obligation to faith in God. But you said in this way that was so beautiful. He was like, I realized he loves me. He loves Linda. And it was so heartfelt. It was so beautiful. So praise God for that.
Yes.
So yeah, and your Alpha experience got interrupted by all of this with COVID, and your group kept, of course, we continued online. How was that for you? Because we're about to start Alpha online here in just over a week. So what was that experience like for you?
Honestly, it has been great. It seems seamless, the way that the church has transitioned from in person to online, because again, the bond that our group has established and the way that the church transitioned so fast, it just seemed seamless. So our group just picked up again, praying for each other, laughing, being there for each other. Our group leader, Brad, we have our team group text messages, how we stay connected. So you never felt like you were not involved and you weren't not missing anything. So it was just great.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, God's really been, while we long to be together in person, God's really blessed a lot of these online experiences. So I guess just kind of wrapping up, how has this personal experience of, we're here at Easter season, and that's we profess Jesus rose from the dead. Jesus, he's living, and he sent us the Holy Spirit. And since you've had that experience of God in the person of Jesus in a personal way, and you've been touched by the Holy Spirit, how's that made a difference in your just life, your relationships, your work? I mean, how's that made a difference for you?
It's funny because this is what we talked about in our group, and I was telling Brad in our group that after that retreat and after Alpha, it's all I want to talk about is Alpha, my relationship with God and the Holy Spirit. Before I didn't read the Bible. I read the Bible every day. Music, I love music. I listen to music all the time. And before it was like every different kind of genre. And now I listen to is Christian music. And it fills me, it fills my heart. It makes me feel so good. So now my life has changed. And it makes me feel so good that I don't want to get emotional, but it makes me feel so good that I'm in a different place, because I feel like now it's all surrounded about what I can do to help serve and to honor him. So that's how my life has changed. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, and too, I consider you a sister. I mean, you're family now, really. You're so much a part. I love right now, and when we're watching Mass on Sunday mornings, I can see Linda Mendez joined, and I love seeing you at Mass with your grandson, which if you're watching this, yes, Linda has a grandson. It's hard to believe. But you're just seeing what God's done in your life. Like, this is why we do what we do. It's such a blessing to me. And just know that we're just so thankful for you and that you're a part of the St. Anne family. And so, thank you, Linda.
Thank you for absolutely inviting me to your church and telling me about Alpha. So I absolutely I can't thank you enough for inviting me to your home church. And it's definitely a blessing. So thank you.
Praise God. Well, I'll see you 5:30 tomorrow morning in Gladiator. And, and so thanks again. And we'll just keep journeying together.